Now, one type of attention getter I have not talked about is humor or jokes. So let's say you come up here and you think you have the funniest joke ever told in your life. And you say it, and you hit the punchline, and when you're done, you hear dead silence, crickets. How do you feel at that point? And what does your audience think of you at that point? And you've just begun. So if you are going to begin with a joke, and I would strongly advise against it, here on page 46, what should you keep in mind if you open your speech with a joke? And here they are. Here are the 3 things to keep in mind. First of all, is it relevant? Does it really pertain to the topic? Is it rubber ducky, or does it really connect with the thesis statement? If it doesn't, then that can be a big problem. Don't just make a joke, even if it's funny, for the sake of a joke. Second of all, is it funny? Now that's very subjective. Who's funny to you or what's funny to you isn't necessarily funny to somebody else. You know, for example, a lot of people love the movie Bridesmaid. They thought it was the funniest movie ever. I personally didn't think it was all that funny. That's just me. That doesn't make me better or worse or any greater sense of humor than you have. That's just the way it is. Like, I like Monty Python, the old 1970s movie by the British company there. A lot of people don't think Monty Python is very funny. And finally, if I can get it to come up here, is it offensive? Because what's funny to you may be offensive to somebody else. And even something that seems so totally innocent may offend somebody. And I know some people say, well, we're being too politically correct. I don't know what politically correct is. But I don't want to take the risk of offending somebody because of if what I think is funny is not what they think is funny. And even worse, if they think it's offensive. So in terms of the 3 things to keep in mind, and Conan O'Brien here would probably agree with me when it comes to humor or jokes, is it relevant, is it funny, and is it offensive?